But another issue with the Voice, Michaelia Cash, it seems to be in direct conflict, if we get it, with what Australia signed up for when we were a signatory to the UN's International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination. Now, that is a treaty to eliminate racial discrimination, which it defines as any distinction, exclusion, restriction or preference based on race, colour, descent or national or ethnic origin. Well, only Aborigines and Torres Strait Islanders will be allowed to sit on this Voice or be represented by it. That is in direct conflict with this convention and, by the way, also with our own anti-discrimination laws. Doesn't that pose a serious legal problem, a real question mark over whether this is even constitutional?
Well, Andrew, as you said, what is the actual convention meant to do? It is meant to actually get rid of discrimination on the basis of race. What is the question, or the result of the question being put by the Prime Minister of this country to the Australian people? It's actually to divide this country on the basis of race, you know, at odds clearly with the convention. Now, Andrew, some might say, but hey, hold on, the convention also does allow a government to put in place special measures to address historical disadvantage. Now, it does allow that, but do you know what the convention also says? It says that these measures must be of a temporary nature. They must not be permanent. What is Mr Albanese doing? He is dividing this country on the basis of race, and he is doing that by asking Australians to change our constitution. And once you change the constitution, Andrew, it is permanent. So certainly at odds with what our obligations are under this convention. But, you know, Andrew, at the end of the day, you've got to ask yourself, what Prime Minister would ask Australians to divide our country on the basis of race? Well, that Prime Minister is Mr Albanese.
It's fundamental.
I don't get it either.
I agree.
It is just...
Well, I don't understand. All this argument about the details is important, of course.
None of us understand it. Correct. Oh, didn't you love what Ray Martin said? But didn't you love what Ray Martin said?
Oh.
And you said it in your opening. So you and I are either a dinosaur or a dickhead because we're saying no. Well, that's great. You've insulted millions of Australians. The Prime Minister then endorses Ray Martin's speech. You've got to be kidding me. The Prime Minister should be apologising for Ray Martin's speech.
I know.
But as you then said, the next breath he says, and the details don't matter. Right, really. I mean, you've got to be kidding me.
You've got to, if you don't know, you should ask, but you're not going to get an answer. I mean, it's just stupid.
But you're not going to get the detail, and then you're a dinosaur and a dickhead. It makes no sense.
Well, talking about dinosaurs and dickheads, I better not, because I might start labelling someone else.
Yeah, no, you and I will both get in trouble.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I know,
Great to be with you, Andrew.